I'm just going to explain about the safety cages mounts first. There's no instructions with them, so they're pretty complicated to do. You can see over there, it's already had mounts in it, so I've got to cut them out, hence why this one's all cut to bits. Basically this plate here, which you can see is bent like that, this plate sits in first, which sits in there like so. You've got to drill a hole, so we can get that. You've got to drill a hole in there so the bolt can actually go through and in there. That plate sits on first. Then you've got to drill 2 holes in the top of here. So these captive nuts and this nut. On this particular plate, they have a very tiny hole, so you've got to drill this big enough to compensate for this to go in. So then this plate sits on top of there like so. You're better off leaving them all loose first. Tack these plates up, and then this gap here down the side where you can see there's a gap, they supply you with a little wedge of metal that you weld in there and then trim off as necessary to go that way. But before I do any of this, it's all loose fit. I'm going to get the other side done, and then I'm just going to sit the cage in and make sure that that's at the right angle, whether that needs to be moved out a bit or moved in a bit, just to see what we're going to do from there. Right, so I've cut all the old mounts out and I've just put these plates in to see what they're like. The cage itself, putting it in, the easiest way I can explain to doing it without having to take the door off is basically it's quicker just to take a front wing off rather than taking the whole door off. Undo the check strap, and then the door will come wide enough and give you plenty of space to get it straight in there. It takes 2 people really to shuffle it in, but as you can see, it's a good tight fit. I've just kept the cling filter, the wrap on, just to stop it getting damaged while putting it in and stuff. Only concern is these holes here, because what I'm going to do is I don't know if you can see that, so you can get zoomed in on there now, is I'm going to tack it all in place. I'm going to put some bolts in, tack these 2 plates together, so this one and this one, and then move the cage, slide the cage back out of the way. But the problem I've got is, which I'm going to have to deal with, is you can see this bottom bar, I have to turn it sideways. It just isn't in line. Hang on, I've got a torch somewhere, make it easier. That's easier. As you can see, as I get lower, it isn't in line. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to elongate that hole in there, even though this is actually flush tight on there. I'm going to have to elongate this hole just so I can get the bolt in. Probably have to do the same with the other side. Yeah, so I'll do that, and then I'll show you the next bit. Right, so I've just done a test fit. You can see they sit nice and flush, and there's already holes there from the previous cage, but as you can see they come pretty much flush up to here and sit nice and flush on there. Now I've got it all bolted in. Now that I've elongated those holes at the bottom, as you can see, I've just put these bolts in. It's all loose still. I've just basically paint marked up where I need to clean, because this plate here can be welded straight in. Yeah, this plate here can be welded straight in, and this one will sit loose on, and then I'll tack it here and here. Once I've fastened these back on again, then I will slacken these off, take these, move this cage forward, because you'll have to slide it forward out of the way, and then tack them up. So let's see where we get to. I also got to mention in that last video that they have these mounts which are bolted in, which have to be welded in here, so it's a plate and a bolt. As you can see, it's It's removable while it's sat in, rather than taking the cage in and out, in and out. There's plenty of tolerance in here to move that way you want. I've just paint marked it up and I'll weld that in position there, but you'll also need to drill a hole at the other side through there. It does look quite stiff because I reckon it's double skinned, so you have to drill a hole through so the bolt can actually go through there as well. And then I'll do the other side and I'll show you on the next video.